Mont Michel. As a boy, I always hoped I'd be able to see it with my own eyes someday. On a visit to France, I got my chance and headed towards Normandy. Being a textile aficionado, I had to stop and see the famous Bayeaux Tapestry on the way. It's 20 inches wide and 231 feet long. It's actually an embroidery on linen backing. It was probably made in England around 1090. In 70 scenes, the amazing textile tells the story of the Battle of Hastings, which took place on October 14th in 1066. The protagonists depicted in the drama are William, bastard Duke of Normandy, and Harold Godwinson, Earl of Essex. It begins long before the actual battle. Earlier, Harold somehow had wound up in Normandy. When he was there, he hung out with William. William knighted him, and Harold relinquished any claim to the English throne. But when he returned to England, dying King Edward granted the kingdom to him, and he became King Harold II of England. This didn't sit well with William, and he became determined to go to England and take the throne from Harold by force. He raised the money, built ships, and set off to face Harold with 5,000 men in their Viking-style boats. Harold hurried to face William at Hastings. The battle raged for 9 hours, but then Harold took an arrow in the eye and died. The Normans were victorious. The last scenes of the tapestry are missing, but presumably showed William's coronation. It's an impressive, powerful, and epic historical document. We stopped at Omaha Beach. It's hard to imagine the horrors that took place here on June 6, 1944. These sands were consecrated by the bloodshed, agony, and death suffered here that day by so many young men. They sacrificed everything to help rid the world of the brutal and deranged ambitions of the Hun. A memorial to the 1st U.S. Infantry Division, Nazi gun emplacements. We drove on to Cancal for lunch. It's the oyster capital of France, and the French love their oysters. Restaurants line the waterfront. From 7 square kilometers of oyster beds, they harvest 25,000 tons a year. At the end of the beach, you can buy oysters directly from the locals. The men who work the beds are given small quantities of the mollusks, and their gals shuck and sell them at very reasonable prices. JD and I ate 35 apiece. On to Mont Michel. It's built on a small rocky island on the tidal flats of a large bay. It's only 17 square acres in size. Starting with a small oratory in 708, an abbey in 966, a Romanesque church, and then Gothic additions, buildings piled one on top of the other. Only accessible at low tide, the powerful, treacherous currents and strong defensive fortifications have repelled unwelcome visitors for centuries. During medieval times, the abbey was a popular destination for Christian pilgrims. The chapel. the refectory. La Salle des Hôtes. The monks left after the Reformation. In the 1800s, the tsunami of tourists began, now 3 million a year. The jam-packed Grand Rue. The island is unbelievably picturesque. There's a lot of stairs. The cozy Auberge Saint-Pierre. We stayed overnight in a little hotel there. In the evening, when the tourists had left, we strolled around the empty streets. We had the island all to ourselves. My visit to Mont Saint-Michel was as impressive and exciting as I hoped it would be. A fairy tale medieval castle, frozen in time. As night falls, it stands alone and resolute, silhouetted against the darkening sky. A magical place.